Good morning. Welcome back to Pastor's Morning Walk. It's a rainy morning here in North Carolina. I'm glad to be back. We had a beautiful Lord's Day yesterday. I preached in the morning from Psalm 40, verse 5, as I had mentioned on Saturday. And we thought about God's wonderful thoughts to usward. If you're interested in listening, the introduction to the sermon was a catalog of the blessings God has given to our local church. And it really is remarkable. We've been around for over a year, started meeting October 20th of 2024. And since then, God has richly blessed us, and we are thankful. In the afternoon, I preached from Titus 1:5 regarding elders. That Titus was, according to Paul's command, to ordain elders in every city. There was to be a fullness of eldership in all the places that Paul had planted churches. He was in this way to make up for what was wanting or lacking. And I exhorted the people to have the eyes of Paul to see the lack of the church. Good order, as I explained, is always for the sake of edification, never for its own sake. It should be unthinkable to us that we would have a church with good order but with no edification. But order in its place serves edification. And there won't be as much, typically, edification without order. So, we need good order, we need good church government. We have to thank God for what we have, and we thank God for the fact that we have a session and have from the beginning. But we only have one minister and one ruling elder, and it would be a blessing to have more. So, I'd ask you to join with us in prayer, and I exhorted all the people to do their duty to pray. I encouraged men, even parents, to think about themselves and their boys for the office of ruling elder, which is compatible with other vocations, unlike the ministry, which is a full-time work. Though, as I've often exhorted the people, we need our young men, some of them, to become ministers as well. But I encourage them, first of all, to weep for the lack of the church. It is an enormous lack in the church today. Faithful eldership. We lack leadership, both of ministers and elders, and thus the people suffer, the cause of Christ suffers. And I'm sure if you're a sensitive Christian, you see this lack today. Pray the Lord will raise up leaders, rulers for His church, that it might be well ordered and edified. I've been reading in the book of Proverbs 11 this morning, various blessings of wisdom, but I'll mention before I'm done here what we're going to hear in chapel this morning. And it's from John 10, "My sheep hear my voice." And we ought to take courage that Christ speaks to His people. It's a wonderful blessing. He loves to communicate to His people, and the true ones show that they are true by hearing. They listen to His voice. And so we ought to listen. We listen to Christ's voice in His Word, both read and preached. We listen to it as well in the Spirit and His prompting of us. And we need to hear the Spirit's testimony to us and in our souls. I encourage you to hear the voice of Christ today, to follow Him. And His promise then is He'll give you eternal life. And no man will be able to take you from His hand. There's a wonderful security for all who follow Christ and walk in His ways. May He bless you today.